Welcome back to the Curtain Wire with Jared. I am so excited for my next guest, Tess Fern, Miss America's Teen 2026. Tess, thank you so much for joining. Good to have
Thank you
you.
so much for having me. I'm so excited.
We're gonna go back to the beginning. What got you involved in pageantry? Like, why did you start doing pageants?
Jared, this is gonna feel like something out of a movie, and that's how I describe it to people because it,
That's
it feels like it's fake, like I'm making it up, but I promise you it's not. Um, my mom competed in Miss Alabama for a few years when she was in college, and she had competed before in smaller pageants, but besides that, I was cleaning out a box of crowns in my grandparents' house because they were moving. And I was like, Mom, what's this? Like, this looks pretty cool. And I'd already known that she had done pageantry, but she kind of dove a little bit deeper and told me more stories. And I was like, Mom, I think I want to do this. And so from that, I competed in my first pageant, and it was like a small thing, like literally in the hotel lobby of some random place. And I won, and it was so fun, and I haven't looked back.
yeah, was that like how old were you when you started competing? Did you start from like a young age or was it like later on or
So I started when I was 10. Like I think when
oh,
I saw the crowns and I was like, I'm interested, 10 years old. And then I think my first pageant was when I was like 11. Like I turned 11.
nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was little. I wasn't like toddler, but I was pretty.
Yeah. Yeah, and then how many times did you compete before you won your local title before getting Miss America's Teen?
So this is like my biggest regret. I
Yeah.
never competed in a local competition. I was at
Oh,
large every time I competed.
oh, okay. Wow.
Because and for some people I feel like there's like a strategy there where it's like you don't
Yeah,
have a lot of opinions telling you what to do, or like,
right.
hey, you should wear this, all the things. And so I was just like, I feel better with my mom and my team behind me and just going in with our mindset.
Yeah.
But as I'm telling you, like as a national title holder now, I look back and I see all these girls that competed at locals, and I'm like, I wish I had that experience. So that's like I tell people all the time, I'm like, if you are going to compete at state, go to a local, don't go at large. Don't do what I did.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's so yeah, so how many times did you compete then at
Mhm.
at large before getting the title then
Yeah.
of
So that was it took me 2 years.
okay.
Um, but and I was first runner up the first year, and then second year I won, and then went to Miss America Teen.
Yes.
So really
Okay.
like one year. But I obviously I've been competing since I was 10, so I've been doing a lot of different pageants here and there.
Yeah.
And so I feel like that was in a way kind of like preparation, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so I feel like for some girls it does take a little bit longer, like it might take you a couple years and then you might just get different placements. But I feel like I was in a really good place because I had already competed at like a national pageant. So I kind of knew who I was.
Yeah.
And so it made the experience a little bit easier. And so yeah, it took me a year, and then the other next year after that, I won.
Perfect. And what was your state, for your former state, hold it for all of our listeners?
Yes, so I was Miss South Carolina's teen. And I've lived in South Carolina for about, gosh, like 12 years now. Um, I'm originally from Connecticut, so that's kind of where my Broadway ties are.
Yes.
Yes, I mean, we used to have like half days on Wednesdays at my school, and so my mom would take us on a train and we'd go see a show. And then we come back and it was like nothing. It was like
Yeah.
literally 30-minute train ride, 45 minutes, I don't know.
Oh, nice.
But that's where my love of theater started. So carried that with me to South Carolina, and then eventually now as Miss America's teen.
Yeah, absolutely. So when you were competing in pageants, what was like, maybe like when you first competed, what was like surprising about pageants? Because I know there's always like
Oh my gosh.
views or bunks. So like, what can you like debunk for our listeners about pageantry?
Like let me debunk this right now.
Yeah.
Um I think the main thing, especially like have you seen Toddlers and Tiaras?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So I feel like the main thing is people think it's like that, where like
yeah,
everything is fake. You got the flippers, the fake teeth, you have like, the fake hair, although I do have fake hair, but that's personal choice.
yeah, yeah.
Um, like tons of makeup, and those are like little kids. And I feel like people just get a
Yeah,
really bad rep. And then of course
yeah,
the drama and everything that comes with it. In reality, it is a lot, okay, when you
yep.
compete. It's like a crazy weekend or week or day, whatever it looks like for you. But I would say the main thing is when you're older, you have more of a sense of self. And so you're not worried about the people around you. You're not worried about the drama and the gossip or whatever. And that doesn't even happen. Like it's
Yeah,
happened a few times because I've been competing since I was 10. So I've, 9 years on me. So of course, like it's happened before. But especially in the Miss America opportunity and in the Miss South Carolina organization, it was none of that. It was like, we are sisters. We are getting through this week together. It is literally 9 hours of rehearsals every day. We're locking in together and we are literally holding hands, walking through this together because that's the only way you can do it and get through it. Um, and then at Miss America, too, I have made really good friends. Like, I would consider most of them my best friends. I didn't, here's the thing. I think people always leave pageants and they're like, "Oh, I made like 51 other best friends."
hmm,
That I'm going to debunk too because there's no way you can do that and have like a deep connection with every single girl. But you can obviously have really good connections with like a handful of girls. And so that's what I ended up happening for me is obviously I was like acquainted with everyone and everyone was amazing, but I had a good group of
yeah,
like core girls that I
yeah.
still talk to today. And like we FaceTime all the time. They actually, two of my friends just moved into college and they're rooming together from Miss America.
Oh, oh, fun.
So
That's
they know
fun.
each other from competing and now they're rooming
Yeah.
together in college. So it just goes to show like the sisterhood, it is real. Like it
Hmm.
is 100% is real, but you have to be willing to like make those connections for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So what was your favorite part of competing? And I don't say like your least favorite part, but
Yeah.
maybe like what part where you're like, all right, I need to like work on this more.
Um,
Or maybe it was your least favorite. Yeah.
No, I think yeah, both. I need to work and I don't like it.
Yeah.
I just did not enjoy this part. I had a really hard time with fitness.
Yeah.
Um, which is for people that don't know what that is, we have like multiple phases of competition. You have evening gown, which is where you wear a long dress, it's a slower walk. You have interview, you have onstage question, you have talent, which I'm sure we'll talk about later.
Yeah.
And then you have fitness, which is basically like today's version of swimsuit because Miss America used to have the swimsuit competition. Um, but basically like you're in sneakers, you're in like a workout outfit, and it's just about like your mental health and wellness, your physical health and wellness, all the things. And there's like a video that plays behind you. So it's very like holistic. It's not just like, oh, we're judging your body. However, you do have to know how to model like good. Like you have to like strut and like spin and like be cute and lots of energy. Jared, I am so awkward. I like had a really hard time. Really
Really?
hard time.
Okay.
Yes. So I always struggled with like learning a fitness pattern or like the walk and everything. And for some girls, it came so naturally. But here's why I think because I'm a singer, I sing, and I'm not a triple threat. I acknowledge that. I cannot dance. I am
Really?
probably the worst dancer you've ever seen in your child, like bad.
What?
And so for dancers, when they do their routines for fitness, it's so easy and it's like effortless and it's like they're floating and it's so cute. And then I just look like a robot, like a
No.
box. Like it's just like I look so awkward. So I guess I had to work on that and it was definitely like my least favorite. I say that
Sure.
in air quotes because
Yeah.
I liked it, like it was fun,
Yeah.
but it just wasn't my forte.
Right. No, yeah, absolutely. Okay. What was your favorite part then?
My favorite. Um I have to say, talent has been pretty awesome, but I'm gonna go with interview
Yeah.
because interview is so different every time. Like, you are never gonna have the same panel. You are never going to have the same questions. It's always going to be something different and fresh, and it may be hard and it may be easy, whatever, or it may be a mix of the two. And for me, I really enjoy getting deep. And so in interview, on my fact sheet that you have, because you have to like turn in your essay and your fact sheet so that they have something to work off of and ask questions for. I'm trying to explain this for the people that may not know what the heck
Yes,
I'm talking
yeah.
about.
Yeah.
Um, but I remember like at Miss America, they asked me about my world religions class that I took in high school. And that was one of my favorite classes because I learned so much. And they asked me about like me wanting to visit a Buddhist monastery and all these things that you wouldn't typically expect from like a pageant girl or just a
Yeah.
random girl in an interview room. But I got to talk about the things that I loved and I was fascinated with. And that was really special. And so getting to have those moments is like unlike any other phase of competition because you can't connect one-on-one like that
Yeah.
when you're on stage.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you can argue for talent, maybe because like there is a connection obviously when you're performing, but you know what I mean? Like if you're in the interview room, you're actually talking face to face, like it's different.
Yeah, absolutely. And can you tell us about your, I won't say it's CSI, Community Service
Yes,
Initiative. Can you like tell us about what
absolutely.
yours is?
Yes, so my community service initiative, which we just say CSI for short, um, is called From Fear to Freedom, and it's about food allergy and anaphylaxis awareness. So if you're not familiar with that, I grew up with anaphylactic food allergies to tree nuts, and then my older brother Jack grew up with anaphylactic food allergies to like 6 out of the top 9 allergens. Like it was
Uh,
crazy. So it was very obviously formative experience growing up with dietary restrictions. But my mom from a young age always encouraged us to like speak out, advocate for ourselves. And she literally made us talk at like all of our school assemblies for Food Allergy Awareness Month, which is May. She would literally make us go up there, talk about EpiPens, talk about all the things because she wanted us to grow up in a world that we didn't have to be scared of.
yeah.
And so when I started competing, I had like an anti-bullying platform, and I realized very quickly that all of that stemmed from having food allergies and being bullied in that retrospect. So I ended up just like scratch that, scratch kindness counts, which is what it was called.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just completely dedicate my service to food allergy work and that community. And so I did. Um, and that was actually the second year I competed. So this year. I won with that platform. The first year I got first runner up, I had a different platform. And so basically CSIs are so important because you have to be passionate about them
Yeah.
and you have to want to work for it. So I've
Yeah.
done a ton of cool things. I'm sorry I'm like taking over, but like
No.
I I went to the inaugural Women's Health Conference in DC for the Department of Health and Human Services, and I was 18 at the time and I was the youngest speaker, and it was incredible. I met so many like physicians, doctors, um but specifically like centered around women's health, which I thought was so
Yeah.
cool to be a part of. I've visited schools. I One of the biggest things is I use social media to like make cooking videos and talk about food allergies. And I've had a lot of like moms and kids reach out to me saying like I'm glad that you are talking about this because we don't really have a public figure, if that's what you can
Yeah.
consider me, that talks about food allergies
Yeah.
because a lot of like celebrities have food allergies, but they
Yeah.
don't really talk about it.
And it's
Um,
important to know.
it
So,
it is. It I think yeah, 33 million Americans live with some type of food allergy,
I
which is
had,
crazy.
yeah, I had a lot of friends growing up and even till now that had like peanut allergies, like
Hmm.
severe peanut allergies. So that was
Yeah,
like a big thing I remember because they were like, they had to watch to make sure there was no peanuts in anything they
yeah.
ate. And I know like during Halloween they had is it the blue bucket or something that
Yes.
they
Oh my
usually,
gosh.
yes,
Wait, now I'm gonna have to talk about it, Jared.
yes, yes,
Wait, I'm actually so glad that you know what that is. That makes me
yes,
so happy.
yes.
So yeah, so that's called the Teal Pumpkin Project. And so
Ah,
basically, if you have a teal colored pumpkin or a teal bucket or something teal on the outside of your house during Halloween, it means that you have other items for trick-or-treaters that aren't food. So it could be like a little mini maze, like just like stuff from
Yeah.
Oriental trading. Like it's like sticker books.
Yeah.
It could be like stamps. I don't know. But it's not just for kids with food allergies, it's for any kid with dietary restrictions.
Yeah.
And so a lot of kids that are autistic or have ARFID, it's really helpful for them because they don't have to worry about like the food part, and picking things they don't like, but they
Right.
literally just get like a toy and something fun. So I'm glad you know what that is. That makes me
Yes.
so happy.
Yes, I do, because I had even now I still have friends that are now parents and my age and stuff that
Yeah,
have kids that have the allergies that will set that out, and
yeah,
or they have a kid that has food allergies, and so they want to make people also aware
yeah.
of that as well. So that's how I heard of it. So
That's so
um
special.
yeah, that's a great platform, and it's very important. I mean, food allergy awareness, definitely
Mhm.
important, health and all of that. So we're gonna transition to the night that you won your title for nationals. What went through your head? I know you probably get this question a lot, but like, what went through your head in that moment? How did you feel? Did you feel like did you like have a hunch you were gonna get like as far as you did and like take the title? Like, tell us about that winning moment for you.
I will say that that moment was such a blur, but I remember trying to ground myself and being like, remember this, remember this, remember this. Like, you only experience this one time. But I also felt like it wasn't real. Like, it was just like, wait,
Yeah.
how did me, this little weirdo from South Carolina, win the national title? Like, I was like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Um, but I remember being so excited. I was holding hands with Sarah, my first runner-up, who's from Alaska. And I just remember thinking, she's amazing. She would do an amazing job at this too. Like I was like, I genuinely, whatever happens, I got really
Yeah.
far. I was like, if I'm first runner
Yep.
up, I'm so happy with how I did. But then they called my name and I, I I remember my mouth being open the whole time, and so my pictures look absolutely chopped because I'm just
Yeah.
so shocked. Um, but it was so special because it was sort of just like all the work that I had done had come to fruition. Like I did it. I did it.
Yeah.
And it was so special. But I didn't really have a hunch during the week.
Yeah.
Um, After I won, of course, a lot of people were like, I knew you were gonna win, like da 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 da, but I don't believe that. I'm sorry. It could have been anybody's because there's so
Yeah.
many amazing girls. But I will say, like, going into orientation the first day, I did have a feeling that I was like, wait, maybe I can do this. I was like, maybe I can do this. I have a
Hmm.
feeling that I can. But then throughout the week, I kind of just was flying by the seat of my pants. Like, I
Yeah.
legitimately was just trying to have a good time.
Yeah.
And it ended up working out in my favor. So
Yeah.
grateful.
Yeah. What was your favorite part, or like, besides taking the title, but like, what was some of your favorite memories and stuff from the Miss America week? Because
Oh
for
my
our
God.
listeners out there, you're not there for just like the day of, like, it's like a full week or 2 weeks,
No,
I think
dude.
that you're
It
there.
is
Yeah.
It is intense. And I was actually just looking back at my camera roll yesterday, scrolling through. So it's about a week, give or take. I think it's about like 8 days or nine
Yeah.
days, really. Um, and you are basically sequestered during the daytime because you're rehearsing for like 12 hours at a time. So you wake up at 8, you load onto a bus, you go to the auditorium, and this is when it was in Orlando. So we were at like the Walt Disney Theater or
Oh,
something in
yeah.
downtown
Yeah.
Orlando. Um, and it was just a lot because like you wouldn't see the light of day. Like literally,
Yeah.
you would wake up at the crack of dawn, go on the bus, be inside all day, and then come back out and it was dark. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's just like, whoa.
Yeah.
So it's a lot. Competition week is definitely crazy. But we did have a really fun day where we went to Universal. So that's what Miss America does try to like if the misses are competing in their prelims and the teens aren't doing anything that night, vice versa, they try and like create an activity for us to do. So since we're going to West Palm Beach this year, I'm not entirely sure what we're doing, but I heard something about like catamarans and like really
Oh.
cool things for the misses when the teens are competing. So you have like a kind of a free day, but you're still doing fun things and you're still in your sash.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, we went to Universal. My favorite memory was probably Universal Day because all of the teens just got to be super laid back. And I remember vlogging my experience, and my mom was so mad at me at the end because I had to sing the next day and I was screaming the entire
Oh,
time.
yeah.
Entire time. And I was like, because we were just literally having fun. Like I wasn't worried
Yeah.
about the competition. I wasn't thinking about talent, like whatever. We were riding rides and eating mega pretzels
Yeah.
and big turkey legs, and it was just like the most fun experience. And then I will say too, talent day was also really fun because we had a lot of free time. And so me and my two friends, probably the closest ones that I've made, Addison Chatton, she was Indiana's teen, and then Annalie Shaver, she was Tennessee's teen. We just goofed off. Like we just
Yeah.
goofed off. We weren't distracting, but we just filmed like super weird TikToks. We were like running around, like exploring. Like we were just making the most of the time because we did not
Yeah.
have all we had was time, really. So that was really special. So there were a lot of like core memories made. Some things that I can't like talk about because I feel like
Yeah.
it's just for us.
Yeah.
Um, but really special memories for a very long week.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And I don't want to say like as your year almost comes, your title, your
Yeah,
reign comes to an end.
no, it
Like,
is.
what have been some of your favorite memories over this past year holding your title? Like, what have you enjoyed the most?
Mm.
What sticks out to you? Do you remember? Yeah, tell us all the things.
I have had like genuinely one of the best years of my life. And I don't say that lightly, like I genuinely mean it. I was supposed to be a freshman in college this year, but I ended up taking a gap year so that I could travel and do all these things. Um, and I'm so grateful that I did. And so I have met so many people from across the country. I think my state count, like how many I visited, is about 25 plus, so about half, which is pretty good. It's pretty
Yeah, that's really
informative.
good. Yeah.
Um, but I think one of my favorite experiences was definitely the Women's Health Conference because it was just so special and so different from what I'm used to. Um, but also just visiting state pageants
Yeah.
because every state is different and every winner is different and all the boards are very different. And I remember, I think it was Illinois. They surprised me with like the biggest prize package with like jewelry and all these things from their sponsors. And they were just so sweet. And so feeling the love from across the country was really special. Um, I love the state pageants. And then also, probably my last thing that was like really special was kind of going viral on social media a few times and then having moms with kids with food allergies reach out to me. Like that was just
Yeah.
so special because I know how my mom feels. I have grown up with her. She's raised me and I know how hard it is to be a parent of someone who you're looking out for and you're literally scared that every time they step outside, it could be the end of their life. Like that is
Yeah.
so scary. Um but getting like the messages of like I'm moms that are like I'm so grateful for what you're doing. My kid looks up to you. I've sent a couple of like cameo videos that obviously
Yeah.
don't pay for them, but like that's what I describe
Yeah.
them as. As I sent a couple of videos to kids and it's just really special because it's not, that's not something that I like show on social
Yeah.
media. That's something people know about, but that's definitely been one of the most special experiences is getting to connect with moms and families across the country from just social media, just Instagram, and they're just happy that I'm doing what I'm doing. Like it's so fulfilling. It
Yeah.
feels like what I'm doing actually truly matters.
Yeah. That's so great. And tell us about Cassie, as having her as your older, sister as Miss America
Yes.
2026.
I love me some Kathy Donegan.
Yeah.
Um, when we won, well, I won the night before her, and I was really happy to see that she had taken the title. But the funny thing is, and I don't know if you've had her on, if she's talked about this, but Cassie choreographed a musical theater routine for me, like when I was about like 12 years old competing.
Really?
Because we both
What?
competed in the same system, it's a little bit smaller. And
Sure.
so we knew each other through the grapevine. And so she choreographed that for me. So I literally have it in my email of like her in her kitchen, like dancing and all
Oh,
these things. And so we knew each other before, which was crazy. Like we
yeah.
never really met, but like we had done business together.
Yeah.
So seeing her win, and especially both of us being vocalists, was like extremely special because I get to look up to this professional vocalist my entire year. Like I get to have this relationship with someone that is so
Yeah.
incredible and kind and like generous and humble. Like it has been so special having her in my life. And we talk about it like obviously our friendship isn't going to end after
Yeah.
Miss America. And we're already talking about like when are we going to see each other again? Like should we meet each other in Florida? Should we meet each other in New York? Like what's
Yeah.
the vibe? And so I'm just I cannot say enough amazing things about Cassie. Like she's
Yeah.
genuinely changed my life for the better. Um, but like wonderful person. Wonderful person.
That's so, so great to hear. What would be your advice, of course, for somebody that was like, maybe I might start competing or like I might get into pageantry? What would be your advice for them?
It's not that deep.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like a lot of times when people start competing, there's like a freshness. There's like,
Yeah.
I am just a typical teenage girl, not typical, but I am a teenage girl. I have typical likes and dislikes, and I'm a part of XYZ club at school, and I make these grades, whatever. And then pageantry can sometimes mold you into some kind of robot where you're like,
Hmm.
because you're competing and you want to win so bad, and then it's just like you lose a sense of yourself because you want it so bad. My piece of advice would be don't lose yourself. And again, it is not that deep. Pageantry is awesome. It's given me a platform, it's given me the best year of my life. But at the same time, I've had a lot of things happen with my family. I've had a lot of things happen with my friends this year. I've had to deal with real life too. And so pageantry isn't the only source of life and happiness for
Hmm.
anybody. It really isn't. Like you have to pay attention to everything else around you. I'm not sure if that made sense, but
No,
that's
yeah.
something that I've learned is like don't lose yourself.
Yeah.
I know it's definitely easy to lose yourself because like you are the sole winner. Like, oh, I'm Miss America's teen. Like I won. Like it's crazy. So it's so easy to get caught up in kind of the selfishness of it all.
Yeah.
But you have to take a step back and like see the bigger
Yeah.
picture.
Yeah. That's great
Like,
advice.
oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna transition a little bit into talent, into your
Yes.
talent. And then we're gonna talk about, all the things theater and stuff
Yes,
too.
please.
So tell us about your talent and why you chose your talent.
Yes. So I sang a rendition of Tomorrow from Annie, and it was a minute and 30 seconds cut. So it was great. But it was also Idina Menzel's version that she sang. I'm not sure where she sang it, but she did a great job. So I was just like, I fell in love with it. We created the mix and it was great. Um, I wore this yellow dress and it was like the sun. Like it was so like metaphor. It was so like perfect. Like it was just great. And gosh, I just some of the best memories of like competing on stage was just simply talent. It was just simply being there and connecting with the audience and the judges and looking out and seeing my mom because the lights aren't that bright. It's not like theater
Yeah.
lights where it's like, oh my gosh, like I can't see
Right.
the audience. Like I can still see people. So like seeing my mom and like watching her watch me, I guess, grow up through the years singing this song and singing musical theater. Like it was just really special and full circle. Um, but I chose it really because one of my mentors kind of coerced me, I guess. He
Yeah.
was like, "You should sing this." And I was like, "I don't want to sing it." And he was like, "No, you should sing it." And I said, "Okay." And
Yeah.
so I ended up singing it. So it really wasn't my choice at first, or not my first choice, but then it
Sure.
ended up kind of growing with me and just absolutely shaping my competition for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you grow up doing theater?
I did. So I've been doing theater, gosh, I guess my whole like since I was like 6, I guess, because I had done like little community things and little like camps and
Yeah.
stuff.
Like, what was your
Um,
first show that you were in?
oh my gosh. I think it wasn't even or like a real show. Like it was
Yeah.
one of the things where like, okay, you write a script, you choose a plot, you make your own music and stuff. It was at like some camp intensive. But it wasn't even a real show. I'm pretty sure it was like centered around I was so young, Jared. I don't even remember.
Yeah.
It was centered around Chicken Little.
Okay. Okay.
I'm like 50%. I think it was around Chicken Little because I think I was a narrator, but I was also like the daughter of a chicken. It was so I don't remember. I don't really
Yeah.
remember. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I don't want to fib. But that's all I remember. So I think that was like first production.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
so unreal.
Yeah, or tell us about like the other roles that you've played or like shows you've
Yes.
been in.
See, I love talking about this. So
Yeah.
I started voice lessons when I was like 12. So right after I got into pageantry because I realized I had to have a talent and I was not vocally trained enough to have a good talent. So I started doing that and then I did all my like middle school musicals, but I will talk about my high school productions because those have been some of the best memories from high school. Um I will say this, I will preface this. So at my high school, theater isn't like looked down upon because everybody loves the director that directs the shows. Like everyone, like the popular kids, the people who are super into athletics, the people that like are really big into academics. Like there's no cliques, okay? We all do the musical. Everybody does it. It's just like a rite of passage. You have to do the
Yeah.
musical every year. And especially as a senior, like you have to do it. So I auditioned my first year, my freshman year, gosh, it was Footloose and I was Rusty. So
Oh.
I got to sing Let's Hear It for
Oh.
the Boy and it was so fun and people were so mad at me because I was a freshman and I got a good role. But it was like really fun. And then sophomore year was Grease and I was Sandy.
Oh, fun.
It was
Yeah.
yes, it was crazy. And then junior year was School of Rock and I was Rosalie, so I was the principal. And that was fun. Got to sing some Stevie Nicks.
Yeah.
Oh, my dog at the door. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. That's
Lola? Okay, that's fine. Um, and then senior year, which was probably the best experience, I did Mamma Mia, and I was Sophie, and it was
oh,
literally
fun.
so much fun. Like, I feel like maybe there was just the vibe of like, okay, it's my last show, on top of the fact that the cast was so good and the set was so beautiful and it just felt like you were like in the world, like you were in Greece. It was so much fun. But I pretty much have seen or listened to every musical there is. I like so I'm very much well versed. So whatever question you ask me next,
Yeah.
trust me.
You got it.
I know what
Yes.
you're talking about.
Oh, I love it. No, I love that. What was the first Broadway show you saw then, since you were
Oh my
close?
gosh.
Yeah.
I actually wait, let me see if my mom's here. She's not. Hey mom, she would know.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect. What's the first? She's here.
Oh,
What's the first Broadway show that I saw?
Wicked, we're scared to death.
In Connecticut?
Of the monkeys.
Okay, that's what I thought,
No,
but I
we're
want to
in
make
New
sure.
York.
Oh, you're in New York? Okay. Yeah, so it was Wicked. And I remember that vividly now because I was so scared. And Wicked is one of my favorite musicals now. But I remember seeing it when I was like probably like 6. Like I was young. And the flying monkeys scared the heck out of me.
yeah.
And then also the green baby.
Oh, yeah.
When
Yeah.
Elphaba is born and
Yeah.
they like hold it up and they're like, it's green. I was so scared. So scared. But that was the first one I saw for sure. Um, but I think I had to step out and leave with my mom or something because it was like so traumatizing.
Yeah.
Um, and then now it's one of my favorite musicals. So
Yeah.
funny how that works.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I was gonna ask your next that yeah, I was gonna ask like what's your favorite musical song? What songs you like, is
Mhm.
always playing for you? What do you enjoy?
I that's a really hard question to ask a
Or
theater
top
kid.
favorites, top favorites. If you have more than one.
uh, okay, so right now I love Heathers.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
getting back into Heathers. But I don't know like what song. I mean, maybe Beautiful, like the beginning song,
Mm-hmm.
like singing all the parts. Hamilton, I will sing any song, any song.
Yeah.
Um, like a bajillion times. That was like my first baptism by fire, like major mega fan. Like I was in 6th grade and like obsessed with Hamilton. And I would come to
Yeah.
school. Our school had a uniform. I would come to school every day with a Hamilton jacket on top.
Oh,
I did not
fun.
play Jared. And
Yeah.
people made fun of me. They're like, what are you doing? They said I couldn't wear
Yeah.
the Hamilton jacket. The teachers were like, that's not like a part of the dress code. I was like, I don't care. I'm a fan
Yeah.
and I need to show it.
Yeah.
Um, And that got me through all of my history classes from middle school to high school.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
really didn't carry me.
absolutely.
US history, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. If
Okay, yep.
you,
Heather's Hamilton. And I guess Wicked right now, just because
yeah,
it's been such a phenomenon.
yeah,
Um, but specifically As Long As You're Mine.
yeah. Great song, yes.
So good.
Yeah. Do you have like a dream role that you'd want to play or a show that you'd want to be in? And what would they be?
I hmm. I think honestly Hades Town, I would love to be Eurydice.
Oh yeah, that's a great one.
But I haven't seen it yet. And I want to like get a better gauge on it, but I just love like mythology and I think it's such a
Yeah.
beautiful story to share and the music is so good. Like I would love to do that. And then also maybe Elle Woods from Legally Blonde. Are they doing that right now? Is it on? It's not on Broadway, is it?
I don't think so. I don't think they're doing that, but that's a great, I love that.
If
That's
they
a
did
fun
like some type
musical.
of revival or something, like I would love to do that because it's literally like me as a role. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like cheating because it's like not really acting,
Yeah.
but the music is so good and like the range is so fun. Like, have you seen
Yeah.
the Legally or the Search for Elwoods?
Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep.
They should reboot that
Oh
and do
yeah.
it for a revival, and
Yes.
I will be first in line.
Yes.
Trust me.
Yes.
No, but I love that show, and so seeing like the technicality of everything and how much work goes into that role like really inspired
Oh
me. So
yeah.
maybe Elwoods.
Yeah. Absolutely. And then as we transition a little bit again here, what would be your advice for the next Miss America's teen?
That's
For
a great
for
question.
just her, yeah.
Let me talk directly to you.
Yeah, yeah.
I I would say I would kind of like play off of like this isn't your life.
Yeah.
This is a great addition to whatever you're doing. But still focus on the things that need your attention. So that might be your friends or your family or school. Because it's hard being a teen, Jared. It's really
Yeah.
hard when you're dealing with like, okay, family stuff. You're also dealing with school. You're also dealing with
Yeah.
testing for college. You're also dealing with finding a college. You're also dealing with
Yeah.
extracurriculars and jobs and all of these things. I actually personally think that being a teen is a little bit harder than being a miss
Yeah.
because there's just
Yeah.
so many factors that come into it. So I would say this is amazing. The title is amazing. You're going to have so many amazing opportunities and meet so many people, but don't forget what really counts. Um, and don't let it like consume you because you
Hmm.
need to focus on everything else. Like it's so important to be a well-rounded teenager, especially heading into college. Like don't just focus on one thing. Try to keep yourself well-rounded.
Yep.
And then
Yep.
also I heard this piece of advice and I've literally never forgotten it. And I feel like I'm not applying this to this interview because I've been talking the entire time.
Yeah.
But
No.
listen to understand and not to respond. And like understanding the nuances of situations and views, no matter what that may be. Um, I think that's something that I've carried with me throughout this entire year. And I've just learned so much from listening to different people's perspectives and it's been like so beautiful just seeing like that's how human connection works.
Hmm.
And so you really need to be open-minded and like just be a good listener, like
Yeah.
listen to understand, not to respond. You're not arguing, okay? You're listening to understand why this person feels this way or thinks this way or listening to their story, period.
Yep.
So that's a huge piece of advice that I will carry with me throughout the rest of my life, but I think the next girl should definitely put as a huge pillar in her
Yeah.
lane.
Yeah, absolutely. And so also along with that, what would be your advice for all the state title holders going into competing at nationals? For all of them, what would be your advice for them?
Make friendships, like
Yeah.
genuinely invest in people. I know that before I said, you're not going to walk away with 51 other best friends. However, if you choose to like invest in people and you feel like you're really connecting with a few girls, like keep those connections
Yeah.
because that's what's so special. Like I I live Charleston is like quite literally like I want to say like 12 hours from where my friend Addison Chatton, who was Indiana scene, where she lived in Indiana. We're so far away. She and Anna Lee, Tennessee, came and surprised me for my birthday this year. They flew in, they stayed with me for a couple of days. We saw Dancing with the Stars live in Charleston. And I'm saying that to show you, like, it's not just like artificial. Like, these girls
Yeah.
genuinely show up and like we are friends. Because I think a lot
Yeah.
of the times people might think like, oh, they're just saying that. Like, no, guys, they came in on their own dime, flew to see me for my birthday, surprised me, by the way. It was a surprise. They saw me in a Panera Bread and they were like, hey, we're here. And I was like, what? And they were
Oh
like,
my
no, we're here for the
gosh.
entire weekend. And I was like, you're done. Um,
Yeah.
so just invest in the people around you and don't think too hard on the competition because I know it you can get swept up in I really
Mhm.
want to do well and like I don't want to let people down. You're not going to let anybody down. Okay? Just try to have a good time because this is literally a once in a lifetime experience and where else do you get to experience this?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, absolutely. And besides Cassie, obviously, did you
Yeah.
have any other like former Miss Americas or teens that you looked up to?
Oh my gosh. I I will say this, Emma Broyles, I think
Oh
she was
yeah,
2019.
I think
I'm not
so.
entirely sure.
Yeah.
But she was Miss Alaska, and she ended up being Miss America. But I remember before I even competed in the Miss America system, I watched Emma's interview that she won with at Miss America. And during the interview, they asked about her outfit or something, and she like for real stuck her leg up. Like in the interview room, she's sitting
Yeah.
down over the table, showed her heel, and was like, I love them, da da da, and then stuck her foot back down. And I remember watching that as like, gosh, like a 13-year-old and being like, oh my gosh, I would do that.
Yeah.
Like she was the perfect mix of like relatable and funny, but also
Yeah.
classy.
Yeah.
And she just was so awesome. And she would openly be like, I'm medicated. And
Yeah.
I just thought that was so like real. Like as a
Yeah.
kid that has ADHD and anxiety, like the fact that this
Yeah.
Miss America was just openly talking about it and she was like, whatever, that's how I live.
Yeah.
Like she genuinely inspired me to compete.
That's
I
awesome.
Emma's like I love her. I
Yeah.
genuinely, but I've never met her ever.
Oh, okay.
So I need to
Yeah.
get on that probably
Yeah,
before
yeah. I'm sure you guys can
T-Rex.
connect. Yeah,
I
that's
know.
so great to hear. I love that. And what is some advice that somebody instilled in you that has just stuck with you for a long time? Like whether it's a teacher, a parent, or another person in the pageant system. What's like a piece of advice that you're like this, it's just stuck with you?
I mean, honestly, just understand nuance.
Yeah.
Because I think as a 19-year-old and now being able to vote without getting too like political, obviously,
Yeah.
but in this interview, or podcast, but I just feel like you can learn so much by just trying to understand people. Like,
Yep.
don't stay stagnant in your views. Like, really try to understand why does this person think this way. And that's something I learned through pageantry. It's something that like my parents have taught me. It's something that all my mentors have instilled in me. But it's also something that I'm going to carry through my entire life
Yeah.
because I let me put it this way. This is also a really great experience. I was able to go to San Juan, Puerto Rico for an entire week. It was with a brand trip, and it was like right after I won Miss America's Teen. And we were doing a photo shoot. It was for Rebel Athletics. So we were
Oh
wearing,
yeah.
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 So it was incredible and so fun. And we were wearing all these crazy fun outfits. But we also got to learn a lot about Puerto Rican culture and of course Bad Bunny.
Oh yes. Yeah. Yes.
But I took my free day and we went on a tour and hiked El Yunque National Rainforest, and it was so special, Jared. It was incredible. It like made me want to learn how to speak Spanish because I want to go back to San Juan. I just want to go back to
Yeah.
Puerto Rico, period. I don't care if it needs to be San Juan. Like the
Right.
people there were so amazing
Yeah.
and they were just different. Like it's just different from what I'm used to as a girl from the South, speaking English.
Yeah.
Um, Being immersed in that culture was just so beautiful and special. And the fact that I was like open to it, I think just that's the mindset that everyone should have. Is
Yeah.
just open to celebrating other
Yeah.
cultures. Um, So that was like so special. And I keep telling my parents, I'm like, please can we go back? Please can we go back? And I was by myself on that trip, by the way. That was the
Oh wow.
first trip that I went solo on. And so I'm like trying to convince my family, like, please come back with me, like meet all these people that I met. Like I'm friends with people on Instagram because I was like, no, we need to keep in touch.
Yes,
This is Puerto Rico.
yeah.
So hopefully that comes to fruition. But yeah, understand nuance, listen to people. Um, all of the above people have taught me, and I've really tried to live that out.
Yeah, absolutely. And a few questions as we wrap up here. What are you most proud of your state, but then also at the
Mm,
national level, what are you most proud of for the US?
that's great. That's a really good question. I think right now, I'll start with my state.
Yeah.
South Carolina is so wonderful. We have so many different types of people, and I feel like people don't really understand that. I think people like have a view of the South and they're like, "Oh, well, that's, what it is," but it's completely not true. Especially in South Carolina, we have such a good mix of like religions and cultures and races and everything, and it's just so special to be a part of that. So I'm very proud of my South Carolina roots that I've been recently grown. Because I just love the people here. Like they're
Yeah.
just incredible. And then I also, little tidbit, I'm the third teen from South Carolina to win Miss America's teen. So right now we
Oh,
currently hold the most team titles out of
oh wow. Okay.
like uh, the entire state,
Yeah.
the entire US.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
which is super special to have like broken that milestone.
Yeah.
Um, and then as far as like the US and what I'm proud of goes, I think we're like going through a really polarizing time.
Yeah.
But I think we have to like think about the fact that this is our 250th anniversary as a nation and how special it is that we've come this far throughout everything. And educating ourselves on the history of the United States, good and bad, it shapes how we're going to change the future. And so I think that's a really special thing that I'm proud of is that, I am Miss America's team during the 50th
Yeah.
anniversary. And I want to acknowledge like everything that makes America what it is.
Yep.
And that's mostly the people. And so I think I'm proud of the people. I'm proud of hardworking Americans that genuinely make the world a better place.
Yeah. That is so great. And finally here, what is next for you? Like after the crown, what's the plan? What's next? What do you
Well,
yeah.
Jared, like I said, I took a gap year this year. I am
Yeah.
now officially going into my freshman year of college. And I'm actually moving in. I just checked the time.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
I'm actually moving in 9 days.
Wow.
So
Okay.
I'm super excited. And that's like literally after this interview, I'm gonna spend some time with my family. Um,
Yeah.
but it's been such a whirlwind of a year, but I am so excited to start college. I'm actually rushing, but I'm rushing via Zoom because the entire week of Miss America this year is my rush period.
Oh,
So I'm trying to figure
yeah.
that out. But I'm just ready to kind of be a normal teenage girl.
Yeah.
Like I'm just ready to like focus on academics and focus on, my career, everything that comes with going to college. I'm like incredibly just stoked for. And I can't believe that it's like almost here. It's happening in 9 days.
Yeah.
But I'm so excited. So college is what's next for me, and then who knows after that, after 4 years, you'll see. You'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you going to school for?
I am going in undeclared actually. So I'm
Oh,
going
sure.
to a liberal arts school.
Okay.
I actually got a scholarship through being Miss America's teen.
Oh,
It's called Samford University, amazing
yeah.
school. But I'm going undeclared because I just want to get the full like liberal arts education, get all the
Yeah.
core classes, maybe like dip my toes in a few different subjects, and then figure out
Yeah.
exactly what I want to do. But as of right now, I feel like I'm leaning towards something in like business or management or communications. I
Nice.
just want to do something that has to do with people. So we'll
Yeah.
see. But I think first year I'm undeclared. I'm just
Yeah.
enjoying college and like learning, and then we'll see what happens from there.
Yes. No, absolutely. And I mean, you're young, even going into college, you have time. You
Yes.
someone
That's
has
what people
older than
say.
us, but
That's what
yeah,
people say.
you
Oh my
have
gosh.
time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you go to college, Jared?
Did I what?
Did you go to college?
I did. Yep.
Where did you go?
So both my schools, I had did my undergrad and my master's in both in Iowa. So
Period.
yeah,
Wait, what do you have
yeah.
your master's in?
Yep, so I did public administration for my master's.
Okay, see, that's like
Yeah.
kind of the route that I might want to go.
Yeah.
So I feel like I have like 10 different things, and then I'm just
Yeah.
like, I have to narrow it down. But,
Yeah.
I could see myself doing a podcast or something cool someday. Like, you never know.
Yeah, you'd be great. Yeah, you'd be great. Yeah, and like you definitely, I mean, for me going through both, like you definitely have time. You have because like a lot of people like they think like I've had myself, friends and stuff when they go to school, they've like think they know what they're going in for, and they're like, actually, I don't want to do this, and they change to something
Yeah,
completely different, or they
yeah,
go in not sure what they wanting to do, and then they find it like even it takes like a year, 2 years, and they're like, okay, I think this is where I want to go down, and
yeah. And
yeah,
that makes me feel better because I feel like
oh
a
yeah,
lot of people that have already graduated or people in college or just my parents and older people in
yeah,
general are just like, you have time to figure it out. You have
yeah,
time to go to school. So maybe if you don't want to go to school yet, like it's always something that you can look back
yep.
to. Um,
Absolutely. And even people that have
so
finished school, I know that have been like, actually, I want to do something else. You know, like people,
yeah,
yeah, everyone's like journey and stuff is different,
it's
but you
different.
definitely you have the time to think about, yeah, and I think that's a good idea to like go in and just try things. Like I think that's a
Yes.
really good because for me and I'm always about like it's got to feel right, you know, and so if
Yeah,
I go in I'm like, okay, this is like
100%.
this feels right. I have the gut feeling this is like what I need to do, then yeah.
Then do it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
100% agree. That makes me feel so good.
Yeah,
I
cuz
needed to hear that today, 9 days
yeah,
before I move in.
yeah, because I was one that went in thinking I knew what I wanted to do, and then I started doing it, and I was like, this actually isn't what I wanted to do.
Yeah,
And so I had to, yeah, it took me a year or two to jump,
figure it out.
move around and figure it out. And yeah, absolutely. So you definitely have the time. So, and Tess, where can people follow your journey at? We'll put it in the caption, but also if you want to share it here.
These, my handle is just Tess Ferm. No dots, no nothing.
Easy peasy.
TESSFBRM.
Yeah.
Period.
Yes.
But you can keep up with me. I talk about food allergies sometimes. A lot of it's like, for right now, it's been like pageant lifestyle, but I'm sure it'll kind of
Yeah.
transform into like sorority, fun, good vibes. I'm trying to get some brand deals here and there. And so hopefully you'll see more of me on social media, but
Yeah.
keep up with me. You'll see.
Yes. Yeah, and when is the pageant this year? It's in September,
Yes, so
right?
it's September 1st through 7th. I
Okay.
know that it's like the last week of August, like weekend of August into the first week of September.
Okay.
Um, I believe like LOL, the 6th and 7th
Yes.
um are when the new girls get crowned of
Yes.
September.
Okay. Okay, and
Don't
then
quote me on that. Look that up on the
yeah,
website.
we'll double check. We'll double check. And also that also I think there's a streaming option for anyone listening that maybe wants to tune in. You
Yes.
can stream.
There are streaming options, so please, please watch. It means the world
Yeah.
to the girls when you see like you have so many people from your state supporting you.
Yeah.
And it's also really fun to watch. It really is.
Yeah.
I always like used to make like pretend ballots with my mom, and we would watch and do that with like popcorn and soda it just like as a fun little activity.
Yeah.
So I totally encourage you guys to watch the live streams, or if you are in Florida and want to have a little
Yeah.
like vacay in West Palm Beach, if you want, come watch us then in
Yeah.
person.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Tess, thank you so much again.
Thank
We
you.
look forward to seeing what you do next with everything after the crown and appreciate you coming on today.
Thank you so much for talking to me. I appreciate it.
Thank you again.